she is.
Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
Wonderful. How are you tonight?
I am doing well. I can't complain.
Okay, if we did complain anyway, I go listen anyway. See how it goes?
No, it wouldn't do any good. That's what I always say. It won't do no good anyway.
So just so you know, Gwen had to run off. She had an appointment. She had a rehearsal that she had to attend. So I'm her co-host, Dr. Rhonda, and I'll be interviewing you tonight.
Okay, Dr. Rhonda, nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you as well. So now let's jump right into it. So your book is called Dishonorable, and today is your release day as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Do you have the book with you so we can see it?
I do. I don't know. Can you see from my end? My camera looks a little grainy, but is it clear on your end?
I can see the book is shiny, so I can see our reflection in your book.
Okay, is that a little bit better?
That's good.
Okay. Yes,
So tell us
ma'am.
about Dishonorable.
So Dishonorable is an urban fiction story, like crime fiction, women's fiction. It's all of the above. But it's about a group of young ladies, they're friends, who, I mean, they come from, the city, but they kind of live a sheltered lifestyle. One of the
Mhm.
young lady, she loses her brother, who is her everything. He helps the family in, ways that you can imagine by street dealings and things like that. But he's a tremendous help to the community and his life was tragically taken. And so these young ladies kind of set out on a mission to avenge his death, if you will. But of course, with them not really having a street background, they kind of run into people that's gonna, test them in the streets and they're a little bit faster than the young lady. So it's a roller coaster ride of like, drama and a little love in there, little crime because you have like, deaths and the police.
Right.
And so anyway, um, somebody out of the circle is dishonorable. And so that it's just the whole tale. It's just you really can't trust anybody. Loyalty is not something that everybody possesses.
Oh, sounds like a lot going on in this story, and it looked like a pretty thick book. Can I see that book again?
Oh yes, ma'am. I write the pages now. I do the pages. Okay.
It's interesting when I see new books that are thick because a lot of authors have gone to shorter books. But I
Mhm.
see you decided to go with a longer story. Was that an intentional decision?
Yeah, it's intentional. I would say, like, for the most part, my content kind of keeps up with like industry standard, which I think is like 75K is like the minimum for those kind of stories. So most of my stories are pretty much really close, about 60, 65 on the lighter end, and maybe even into the hundreds on like the bigger end. So I have a book here. This one is The Real Hood Wives of Detroit, and you see how thick that is, even in comparison
That's a
with,
textbook, girl.
yeah, so I, try to get the people what they want. And sometimes, you just can't shorten the content. So
So, how many books do you have?
I have about 20 or so. And I say 20 or so because after a while you lose count. But then some of the books that were smaller were condensed into bigger books. So now instead of them being counted as, two or three, they're now just like one book. So my count is off.
Okay, so you took some of the stories and just maybe combined them into one book?
Yeah. So, like for example, I have a very popular series called the one I just showed you, The Real Hood Wives of Detroit. That was originally 4 parts, but because they were kind of under that 75K, when we rebranded them and republished them, we just merged the original part one and two to make a new part one, and then the original part three and four to make a new part two. And it can sometimes get confusing to the readers. But all the new readers seem to love it. The old readers are like, where's the next book? And they don't realize they've actually come to the end of the series.
And now they mad because they want to keep.
Yeah, now they mad. They need me to write some more.
So where do you find the ideas for your stories?
Just all over. I'm a girl from Detroit, so content is forever in my face. I don't live there now, but just growing up, I have friends that lived in the projects. Motown is there, like everything is there. So my imagination has always been pretty big.
Okay, so now where do you live now?
I'm in Cincinnati.
Ah, Cincinnati.
So I'm not too far, but
I'm about to say not too far, but are they like a world apart? Is it like totally different there?
yes, but in a good way. I think that I appreciate it because it's kind of like the quiet, I'm kind of out the way, and that's how I like it. And then when, I want to go home, I'm not too far away, so I'm in the perfect place.
There you go. I love that. Love that. So now the book is released today. What
Mhm.
are your plans for this book?
So hopefully, I mean, to the moon, like, but we did this one kind of backwards. So normally I would say, hopefully I get to see these characters on the big screen and we can make a movie. But this is actually a movie already. So we did it in reverse. Dishonorable, the movie came out in, I think it was February. It just came out. It wasn't too long ago. Maybe we're up on a month. And so on the heels of that, it comes the novel. So we kind of did it in reverse. So I've already seen the characters come to light, and I know you couldn't really probably tell by the cover, but the cover of this book is the exact cover. I'll try to show it to you guys again without the gloss, but
Oh,
is the exact movie poster as
yeah.
well on Tubi. And then this gentleman here is a well-known actor by the name of Jason Mitchell. So he graced us in the movie, and then he also graced us on the book cover as well.
So what do you think was the biggest difference? And there are a lot of differences, but what did you see as the biggest difference between writing the script for the movie and then actually writing the manuscript for the book?
So, at the time when the script was written, I wasn't writing scripts. So I had some help, with Brianna Cole and Untamed, my girls. And so I'll say from the film to the manuscript, I have more words in the manuscript. You can paint a more vivid picture. When you're doing scripts, every minute of conversation matters. So every page is a minute. You can only probably get about 80 pages safely to make an hour and a half movie because there are going to be times where, you might ad lib or some extra things might happen that's going to eat up more minutes. That's going to probably take you to that hour and a half. So you have to be very conscientious of your word count. Whereas in a novel, you have free reign. If I wanted to put 200,000 words in a novel, I could. So that just lends, itself to painting a better story, I think. And what I mean by better is just more content. You can explain things in great detail. You can
Mhm.
give more backstory to your characters. You can
Right.
add, alternate endings if that's what you chose to do. So I would say definitely the difference is that I had more space to create more content in the manuscript.
Yeah. And so, Lydia wants to know where we can see the movie. And I know you mentioned, I believe you mentioned it was on Tubi, correct?
Yes, it's streaming on Tubi right now.
Okay. I think I have Tubi. I have to admit that I have not watched a lot of Tubi. I know I can get it on my phone, but you can also get it like on Roku, can't you?
Yeah, Roku, any streaming app, like it's a free app that you just if you don't have it already, like on a smart TV that already has it, I think you can download it. And it's right at your fingertips. Like you said, cell phone, laptops, whatever you use to watch anything, you can definitely stream Tubi.
See, and now let's talk about the movie. I know you said you had help with writing the script.
Yes.
So did you produce the movie yourself or did you find a producer as well?
I did not. So, quick backstory, my agent Entice, she was my book agent at the time. And so she just kept telling me she wanted to turn that story, which featured in an anthology that she put out years ago. She kept telling me she wanted to make it a film. And so years went by, and she came back and she turned it into a film. So all of that I have to credit to her and the Boss Magnet Media team. They put that production together, but then they did, just allow me to be hands-on with all of the process. So I was able to be co-producer and I appreciated, that education, that knowledge that I gained from them.
Yeah, I remember talking to a producer about we were talking about because I'm in the process of turning one of my books into a movie. I'm in the very beginning part of the process right now. And he asked me a great question, and it's a question that I want every author who is ever thinking of turning their book into a movie. I want you to think about this. Because sometimes I think people think about having their books optioned, and or being able to say that they sold the script. And if you sell the script, you walk away.
Mhm.
Sold the script. Now, if they don't do anything with the movie, for years, it's their script.
Mhm.
Or if the movie makes $1 million or three
It's
million,
their money. Mhm.
it's their money, and you're just walking away with the 10,000 or 20,000 that you settled for.
Mhm.
Sold your script for. So he asked me, what do you want to do? Do you want to sell the script and just walk away? Or do you want to be a producer? Or do you want to sell the script and then have some production rights, so to speak? And
Mhm.
I think that's something that every author needs to think about because every author is wanting to turn their book into a movie, but
Mhm.
you got to look at what you're giving away if you just sell your script.
And you also have to exactly what you're giving away, but you also want to see like what it means to you. And I try to tell people that all the time because I talk to people. I have a lot of clients that I help, through process, either by ghostwriting or just kind of coaching them along the way. Um, and I just try to tell everybody you have to determine what it means to you. So if it's a story, and I'm talking about me. So just say if it's a story that didn't take me very long to create. I mean, it was really no hassle, and I'm just making something up. I wrote something really quick, everybody loved it, and the number that I was offered to sell it is okay with me because 'cause I'm not married to the script, I'm not attached to it, and
Right.
it would do more for my career in the other things that I'm trying to do. If they can fast track that movie because my name is gonna be on it in some form or fashion,
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. And then I can take, ride the high horse into whatever I'm trying to do next. But if I've labored for, something, if I've cried over these characters, if these characters really truly mean something to me in a sense that, I really gave birth to this project and it just means more than a monetary, number, then
Exactly.
that's not something that I'm going to give away, even if I'm not making anything off of it, even if it takes me 10 years to
Right.
see it, on film, then I'm gonna hold on to that one. So it's about, like you said, well, what are you giving away? But it also is about what does it mean to you? Because every piece is not sentimental. Every piece is not a piece that you can't part with, and sometimes it's easy to just write new content. Sometimes when you're already a writer, people that want to produce films, they may not know how to write. So they'll need your
Right.
services. And so you're just writing whatever they want you to write. And now you've got money, your name is attached to it, and you can still use that for when you're, trying to build your resume for your future project. So it's just all about what it means to you in that moment.
I think that's something, like I said, that every author who's watching needs to hear and understand. I mean, there's so much more than just making a couple of $1,000s.
Mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel like every opportunity, and that is just more than scripts. I just mean every opportunity. I know when I started, which was in 2010, like anthologies were really big. And sometimes they paid a little bit. Sometimes, they paid a little bit more than a little bit. It still wasn't a lot, but and a lot of authors kind of like walked away or maybe turned their nose up, like I'm writing for $500, one time thing, or I don't want somebody paying me royalties for my story, whatever the thing was. And me, at that time, I'm like, I want the writing exercise. This is only 12,000 words. Like 12,000 words might sound like a lot, but when you're a writer, that's nothing. Like 12,000 words is, just a couple of pages. So I'm like, oh, but this anthology is connected to that person, or writing for this magazine is connected to that person. Maybe this will go somewhere, maybe it won't. And so I would like to thank God because every opportunity that I took, whether it was like a money move or not, has served me well in, what I'm trying to do today.
You better speak, girl. So, now that this book is done, I'm not rushing you, but have you already started working on the next one?
So not a book per se, but I have jumped into the script game. So like I said, that lesson was very valuable. They taught me, and it's something addictive about being on set and seeing the characters read your words and just all of that. And so now I've been like just trying to perfect like my script writing, and I do have another film coming up that I'll be working on, like with my family. And so I'm very happy about that. So no book yet. I'm not saying it might not be one by the end of the year, but right now, man, these scripts have me in a chokehold.
Oh, I can see now that you are not letting any grass grow under your feet.
No, no, ma'am. I'm not one of those people. I'm always on to the next thing.
I am not mad at that at all. That is awesome. So, now this next movie or this next script that you are working on, are you ready to talk a little bit about it, or is it still kind of?
I was gonna say not yet. I won't be ready to talk about it for maybe another month or so. I'm just trying to like finalize everything, but I'm very excited about it. Part of my goal and my vision for myself has always been to just use my talents to work with my family, my friends, people that I care about, that care about me. They always support me, but I want to encompass them in my journey, a little bit more with putting them in the forefront. And so, yeah, I'm excited about this.
I can see that because you mentioned earlier that a project that you were working on was basically a family project
Mm-hmm.
that
Yep.
you were working on it with your family. So, I can tell that family is very important to you, and I like the fact that you all have come together to create something together.
Yes. It's very exciting. My family is very supportive anyway. Like I said, I've been writing books since 2010, and almost all of them have been at my book events, and they come to the book fairs. They're having church members buy the books, and they are amazing.
Nothing like having family. I know
Yes.
that I don't know if Ivy, who's on here, is a friend of yours, but I'll tell you, Ivy Ivy Ware is all over this chat.
Is she? Yeah, that's my friend, but that's my sister. I call her my big sister. She just released a book too, so shout out to her.
Congratulations, baby.
Only Heaven Knows My Heart is her book, shameless plug for her. But I'm just so proud. I love to see the people around me win, and she's one of them that's winning. She's on the winning team right now.
Well, that's really good because there are lots of stories out there of friends who helped each other to grow. Um, I think it was I can't remember her last name, but she was a rapper named Tokyo. Um,
Mm-hmm.
she talked about how she and her friends all helped each other to get to a certain level. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we're going to support you and you get to this level. Now we're going to support you. Now that we're at this level, we're going to support you and we're going to get you there. And I think that's what real friendships should be. It's not about competing with each other, it's about collaborating and cooperating with each other and supporting each other.
Absolutely. I always say all the time, no competition, only collaboration. Because you get further together. Another tidbit that I would add if you have any, new or upcoming authors that are watching, networking. Networking is big. I think that sometimes we are made to believe that money is limited or we can't have the same readers. It don't be like that because you get so much further together. You find other authors in your city, you network with them, you find other authors that are on the internet, and then you guys can put together things in each other's state. And so that way you can go to their state and meet new readers. They can come to your state and meet new readers, and you have, just a solid network. And that is
Mhm.
something that I've been very blessed with as well. I've come across a lot of wonderful authors, period, but women most definitely. Um, just in this writing industry where it could be cutthroat, it could be competition, but everybody that I love or that love me, like I just feel like we clap for each other, like we celebrate loud, and we don't, we might not even know your real name. I might only know your pseudonym, but I'm like, yes, this, that kind of stuff. So that's really big. And I think that your network is your net worth. And if the
Absolutely.
people around you are winning, then you are gonna win too.
Absolutely. I tell people all the time that um, no real true reader is only going to read one book.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to fight over readers. You don't have
Yep.
to fight over sales. If they don't buy your book today, give them a bookmark or a flyer or just give them your Instagram. They will buy your book the next time they want a book because they're going to remember you.
And I was gonna say too, it's funny that you say that. Again, another tidbit to the younger, or not even younger, the new authors or upcoming, like anybody who probably hasn't made it off social media. And what I mean by that is like book events and things like that. Sometimes people are intimidated by those events, or when they get to those events, they see a whole lot of readers at one table, and the readers pass your table, and so they're a little like let down by that. But I never sit down at book events. I'm always standing up so that I'm approachable. Sometimes I'm in
Just
front
sitting
of
at
the
the table
table.
like this, man.
Yes, and then wonder why people like walk by, and I get it because sometimes people are just nervous, but it's like, no, they can't. These are readers. Like they came to find you. You're not looking for them. I mean, on social media, we're trying to like call, hey, I got this, I got that. Hey, look at me. No, in a book event, these people are readers. They came to read. So, get out, talk to people. They might look at your cover, they might ask you questions. Don't be intimidated by that. Take that time to like promote your book. And
Yeah.
then as you talk to people, they might not even. I've had so many people tell me, "Oh, I don't even read street lit or crime fiction, but you know what? I'm gonna buy two of these only because like my personality, when I always say like talk to me, I talk back, right? Like, yes, you talk to people. And I mean your personality sometimes can be the difference with that sale. Somebody that might have not come looking for your book, but your smile or your warm embrace or you just answering questions and talking to them, making it personable, they'll want to buy everything that you have just to support you.
Absolutely. No lies told, no lies detected. So, do you have any appearances coming up anytime soon?
I do. I just got information for one today, but I do apologize. It's like another one of these, but I can't even remember where it's at yet. So I am sorry because it just came up this morning. But other than that, this summer, I'll probably make a couple appearances at some book fairs. They have a lot of things going on in the Midwest. I may not always have a table somewhere, but if I can go in and just show my face and support fellow authors, I'm glad to do that too. But if people want to follow me, I'm on Facebook, India Johnson Williams. I am on Instagram, not as much, but I am there, and it's Ink Diva India. If people want to email me, because I do respond to my emails, it would be gradeapub@gmail.com. Like I
Okay.
say, talk to me, y'all. I talk back.
Now, do you have a website?
I do not. I had one previously, and then I took
Uh,
everything down because I went to school. I went back and got my bachelor's and then my master's degree. So I took a little break from school. I mean, for school.
mhm.
And so now that I'm getting back busy with content, I think I will create another website. So
Yeah,
coming soon.
create that website, but I do want to congratulate you on your degrees. You have a master's in social work, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, congratulations. That I'm sure that's going to give you more content.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the goal of mine. When I do return to books, I just want to put more, just mental health things in there
Mhm.
into the stories and weave them into like our urban stories only because I know it's such a stigma with, some of our population, not all of us, but some of us still have a stigma against mental health and going and seeking help. And, I just want to make somebody's favorite, coolest character, maybe be bipolar and maybe he needs a therapist and, make it cool. And hopefully I start a wave and, just letting us know that it's okay to not be okay sometimes.
There you go. And that's a word right there. It's okay to not be okay. I think once again I'm talking about social media, but social media has us thinking that we always have to be on our A game every time. We have to be on it. We have to be winning. And sometimes it's just okay to sit back and say, I don't feel it today.
Yep, absolutely. 100%.
Well, we are coming to the end of the interview, unfortunately, but I do want you to hold your book up one more time, remind us where we can find it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So this guys again is Dishonorable by India and it is nationwide. It is on Amazon. You can walk in a Walmart. It's on the shelves. And if you want signed copies, you can also reach out to me on Facebook. India Johnson Williams is my Facebook name.
Yeah, I should put that in the chat so people can find you. Actually, do me a favor, put it in our chat, and then I'm gonna put it on the Facebook chat.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because I want everybody to be able to find you and reach out and find these books. Now,
Okay.
oh, there it is. Now remember, y'all, this is publication day. So this the best reason to okay, this is the best reason to go out and get this book right now. So it's India Johnson Williams. Look for her on Facebook. Oops, I'm about to give you somebody else's name. Hold on a second. There we go. All right, look for India Johnson Williams on Facebook. She said she's also on Instagram, but not as much. So don't go
Right.
looking for her on Instagram. But the best place to look for is go to Amazon and look for the book Dishonorable. And
Mhm.
you can find her book there. This is publication day. Let's help make this a bestseller in its first week. That's what we do, right?
Yeah. Thank you guys in advance.
We're gonna speak it into existence.
Amen. Yes.
Okay, well, once again, congratulations. I'll be looking for the book, and I look forward to continuing to support you. And if there's anything that Black Authors Matter TV can do, you just let us know.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you, Dr. Lawson. I hope that we can have a conversation again soon. Um,
Absolutely.
but again, I hope you have a good evening. Thank you again for having this platform for people like me. I am so grateful and I hope you have a good night.
And you do the same. Congratulations.
Thank you.